Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. This is your boy JJ. And today I want to talk about this past WWE CLASH and ALE PLE. So recently, WWE CLASH and ALE yesterday happened at 2 p.m. All the way in Italy. I had got off this PLE, and to be honest, this is actually, I want to say, the worst PLE that I've seen in WWE history. But this is actually honestly one of the dumbest PLE build-ups I have ever seen in my entire life watching WWE. Because the real question is, what is honestly the point of all of this? Like, seriously. I mean, if you take a real good look at this card, this is nothing but just rematch after rematch after rematch. It's literally a PLE that's full of rematches, right? And it's filled with nothing but just 50-50 booking by the doofus son-in-law, Paul Levesque, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, a.k.a. Triple H. And to be honest, I had got off this show feeling really disappointed. Because ain't no way people in attendance in the crowd literally spent all that money to see a crappy show like this, bruh. Like, this show is nothing but just a dumpster fire circus fest. Like, the spot with Cody Rhodes versus Gunther, the build-up for this match, it was completely lackluster. It didn't really do anything for these two. Like, who is this supposed to go over? Like, seriously. They got Gunther waste his time jumping from Raw to SmackDown, challenging Cody for his title out of nowhere. I don't know if it's because of that in a wager from Paul Heyman on Monday Night Raw to give him a title shot. But that really made Gunther look completely foolish. Like, he was in the middle of a feud with LA Knight. Then all of a sudden, they have him go to SmackDown for no reason to challenge Cody, only to just lose to him. And there are so many botches in this match, mostly from Cody. From him miskicking him in the gut, to have him be caught up in the ropes. Like, his foot and his arm was literally under the ropes. The referee was blind to not even see it. So yeah, there's so many botches in this match. Not just in this match, but in other matches like Jade Cargill versus Rhea. I'm going to get to that in a second. Like, they had Gunther waste all his time becoming like the next career killer. They had him retire Goldberg, John Cena, and AJ Styles. All to them just lose to Cody just like that. Like, what an absolute joke, bro. Seriously. Thanks a lot, Triple H. You officially botched Gunther big time. And don't be surprised if they have him come out on SmackDown, cutting a promo, saying stuff like, Cody, I didn't even lose. My foot and my arm was underneath the ropes, so I demand a rematch. Like, bro, whatever happened to the brand split for WWE on the main roster? Easy, because there is no brand split. Nobody else for Cody to face for the title. And you wonder why SmackDown keeps losing more and more viewership in the ratings. Like, you could just have him face someone like LA Knight, have like a really good solid feud for the next couple of episodes for Monday Night Raw. You could at least have LA Knight take on Gunther at Clash and ALE, but it is what it is, bro. Stuff like this is why most people start watching WWE altogether. And here we are with the second match, which is Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Undisputed Championship. And my God, did they completely botch this. The spot where the referee had botched and missed the 3 count when B-Fab had Mr. Q trying to put Jade Cargill's leg on the third rope, right? Like, she came in way too late. Like, she had one job. You seriously had one job, girl. Seriously. And so this is what happens when they have wrestlers keep exposing the company. Well, actually having to do for son-in-law, Triple H, having the wrestlers expose the business like this. Like, yeah, you honestly can't make this up, for real. I mean, was it a good match between Jay versus Rhea? Yeah, it was. Some say it was better than the WrestleMania match, but it was just a rematch, guys. Like, seriously. But it is what it is. Rhea Ripley retained with the help of Charlotte Flair out of nowhere. Like, what, they're like best buddies now? I'm really sick and tired of the friendship that's in WWE. Bro, like, what is it even doing anything? Honestly, nothing. And then we get the third match, which is probably the match of the night for me personally. Brock Lesnar versus the ruler, Obafemi. This match lasted for what, 7 minutes? Yeah, it was a good match, just like the WrestleMania match. To be honest, most people still are confused to why Brock Lesnar came back, mostly because of the money, right? Like, oh, what was even the point of retiring Brock Lesnar, having Obafemi go with Brock Lesnar retiring at WrestleMania, all just for him to come back to have a rematch? Yeah, Brock Lesnar giving Obafemi 5 suplexes, taking him to Suplex City, and he kicks out of 5 of them. The last one was like through the table, the announcement, the ring announcement table, and the 7th suplex was in the ring. That's when Brock Lesnar finally got the victory. And you already know they're gonna have like this a 3-way, right? Oba beat Brock. Brock beats Oba. And it's probably the last one's probably gonna be at SummerSlam. Like, most people honestly take that over Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. But I knew that this was too good to be true. When a new talent on the main roster, such as Obafemi, was going to get botched by Triple H so badly. Like, I knew it was too good to be true. Every time you call up someone from NXT to be put on the main roster, it's like a curse to them. Just be botched 50-50 from Triple H's dumb booking. Oh, and speaking of botches, huge congratulations to Sol Ruca. I'm actually a fan of hers. She just got to the main roster, her match against Becky Lynch for the Women's IC Championship. Yeah, I mean, it was a good, solid match. Again, these two gave everything they got in the ring. But yeah, huge congratulations to Sol Ruca. But here's one problem. What was even the point of all this? Like, seriously. Like, Sol Ruca, again, she's brand new to the main roster. She debuted on Monday Night Raw. They had her lose 3 matches. One of the matches included Becky Lynch at Saturday Night's Main Event. That wasn't even for the title, FYI. And she lost due to the disqualification by Becky Lynch. Sol Ruca won, but she still lost anyway. Once again, this is exactly why I keep talking about. Triple H has no idea what he's doing. And I had caught like a few spots where Sol Ruca had botched, where she was trying to do her, her soul snatcher, from the turnbuckles on both Monday Night Raw, Saturday Night's Main Event, and on Clash in Italy. But I feel like she was just trying to, reverse the spot by trying to counter her soul snatcher to Becky Lynch. But it really says how Sol Ruca came to the main roster. She lost 3 matches. One of them against Liv Morgan for a title. The other was, I believe, against Io Sky, face versus face, by the way. The third one's against Becky Lynch. She didn't win, but she lost, due to the disqualification. But still, huge congrats to Sol Ruca, though. But don't be surprised if they have her come out on Monday Night Raw. They're gonna chant, "You deserve it," and they're probably gonna have her announce an open challenge for her Women's IC Championship. Don't be surprised. And then we finally get to the main event, which is, tribal combat for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. And to be honest, this was a decent match. They gave everything they got in this in their match. I mean, they barely even used anything, but just a Slim Jim table, steel steps, and the announcement table. That's it. Like, I knew Roman was going to win anyway. Man, this is why I keep talking about so many botches in this in WWE nowadays. I feel like in 2026, 2025, 2026, 2 years of the most botches in WWE history. Because again, what was even the point of all this? Just to have Solo get have his rematch clause against Roman for his title, just have him lose a second time. That's why I keep talking about, bruh. Triple H, you keep botching and burying newer talents on the main roster. Even though not Solo's called, but he's one of them. But even though you have someone like Jacob Fatu on the main roster for like what, a year and a half, like who is this even supposed to get over? Seriously, like the build-up was just a waste of time on Monday Night Raw with having a contract signing twice for no reason. You had them come out there and say words, brawl, just like they normally usually do. And that's literally how we set up the match. Like, we all knew that Roman was eventually going to win anyway. So what was even the point? Besides, it was also reported that Roman's going to have a bunch of time off in his schedule in the rest of June this summer. So that means he won't be on every single Monday Night Raw. I think at the month of June, if I'm correct. But I know he's probably going to be on today's Monday Night Raw. But so this is just a waste of time, just how stupid Triple H booking is, doing 50-50 of this. These build-ups barely did anything for the rest, for the champions like Rhea Ripley, Roman Reigns, and Becky Lynch. I think it's probably because of the 50% tax cuts that TKO is having the wrestlers being in. And that's probably the reason why you still see so many releases from the company. But yeah, I really hope that this really leads to something between a Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. 'Cause I know we still got that King and Queen of the Ring tournament that's officially announced. And I feel like that's gonna be a topic for another video because the card itself it's not good. Seriously. We can't have like any storylines, but just keep announcing back-to-back tournaments and qualifying matches and open challenges. But it is what it is. But yeah, anyways, guys, let me know how you guys feel about this. Do you guys get a chance to watch Clash and Elite on ESPN? Because to me, it's definitely mid. I might give it like either a 5 out of 10 or probably a 6 out of 10. Like there's so many botches, but hey, I'm not running the show. But still, let me know how you guys feel about this. What grade will you give this if you did watch Clash in Italy? Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video.